Right, there we go. So we're at 937 right now, so I'll break it down what I'm seeing. So we've just taken the external low down here. So if we want to be bearish towards these lows, I'd like to see some displacement, rebalance displacement towards that draw, and then I'd take bearish. If not, I'd like to see longs. I'd rather see longs here, see a reaction to this gap. So let's see what happens. So we do have SMT right now. So off of this SMT, let's see how it reacts. So to be honest, right now this is looking like a little rebalance and then SMT disrespect long, so we'll see. It depends what ES does as well though. So that's a rebalance, that's displacement. I'd be in right there, so we do have SMT. So I'm going to wait for candle closure. Right, I'm in there. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to go 1 minute. This seems like a pretty easy day. So let's see on the higher time frame what targets we have. So we have this 5-minute gap, which is quite sticky. If this PXL wants to hold, I could get fucked over on this, but we'll see what wants to happen. So let's see. So we're manipulating higher multiple times. This still looks good. TP hit. So let's see. Does the day keep going higher? I believe we should just take out all these low resistance liquidity highs and then reverse lower down towards the next draw on the higher time frame. But I could be wrong. So does everybody understand why I took this trade here? It was this right here.
I have a question again. What are the two things you said to watch for when you have SMT?
So
I remember you told me.
So right here, the SMT gets put in, right? So what will happen offer an SMT? It's a form of manipulation. So we'll create an order block, yeah? So this is the order block right here. The small bullish candle and then the bearish candle. As you can see, the order block got displaced through and closed above. So that's order block disrespect. So this is the last bearish PD array and it's been disrespected. So that's a valid long entry. Your stops have to go below here. Don't worry about this. It's just a rebalance. Solid trade. Clear draw higher. Perfect. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you. So so for SMTs, they either respect it or disrespect it. And that's really it.
Yeah, so what an SMT should do, an SMT realistically should displace lower, rebalance and then displace. That's an ideal situation. But this SMT did not want to hold. This SMT pushed lower, rebalanced, and then what we'd usually do is we'd tap the order block and then displace lower, yeah? But we didn't do that. What did we do? We displaced higher. So what does that tell you? That we still want to go higher. We want higher prices. We're reaching for higher prices. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect, bro. Right, next day. So some days I'll do kind of quick. Some days I'll break down. If I find it a really easy day, I'll just skip through it as quick as I can. If it's a difficult day, then obviously we'll go through everything and what I did right and what I did wrong. So going into 940. So we're at 937 right now. So what do we see? So instantly on the 1 hour chart, I know Sans likes to use the 4 hour a lot. Personally, I prefer the 1 hour. That tends to be my higher time frame narrative. Like on the 4 hour, you can use it too, but I'll be honest, I kind of don't. We have this 4 hour gap. It's nice, it's being tapped into. But what I'm looking at here is this 1 hour gap. 1 hour draw on liquidity, sorry, that's just been taken. Turtle soup displacement lower. So on the higher time frame, it looks like to me that we want to come down and take these lows. If not these lows, we should see a reaction either off of this PXH right here. So what we can do with this PXH, if we get disrespected and we push lower, rebalance and then displace lower, that's confirmed the bearish narrative. If not, and we respect the PXH and displace through this order block, then we're now obviously bullish. So let's see what we can see on the lower time frame. So instantly, I can see SMT down here. But we have already manipulated lower. So this is multiple forms of manipulation. So that's a bearish signature. As well as this PXL range here. So to be honest, if we do end up smacking out this SMT, I could take shorts. So let's see what happens. So I'm referring to this order block right here now, guys. If this order block gets disrespected, I'll be looking to take shorts down towards the next draw. So let's see. I want to give it a little bit of time just because I want to see this PXL get fully disrespected. So the PXH, sorry. So we're still respecting right now, but that's a nice candle. So we've got some form of displacement there. I do actually like that for longs. So what have we done? So it looked like we was going to go short and displace lower. Order block disrespect, but we didn't get that. For me to have order block disrespect, I need to see candle closure below this wick low, or it's not valid. That's just personally how I trade it. I'm not sure if that's exactly how Salman teaches it, but that's what I see success with. So I'd take something like this here. I think this is rather clean. Negative RR, but I don't really care. It's not a big deal. I see this wick high getting taken. The reason I'm not targeting a lot more is just because we have ES is very close to the draw, so I expect SMT to get put in. So let's see. So what happens? We respect 50% of the order block, displace lower, get edged by a tick, and then hit TP. So that's unfortunate, but it does happen, guys. So low probable price action, but the trade's still there. I just get bummed by a tick. So do you guys any questions about this day? So let's see. I feel like this could be the setup now. This rebalance. No, still chopping, just manipulating lower. Setting the SMT on ES. Displacement higher. Holy shit, that's the move. Yeah, there we go. Holy fuck. So we just wanted to manipulate like 7 times. That day was sketchy as fuck. Could you just go over it one more time? Of course. So we've displaced lower. We've taken out the draw. These internal draws right here. We've respected PXH. However, the PXH has been respected and we have manipulated this. Everything's fine here. I don't mind taking this loss. It's just low probable price action. So you've got manipulation, displacement. So it fits the checklist. It's just a low probable day in my opinion. Does that make sense? What time did you take an entry there? So that's 9:43. So there's also a valid entry here. I'd just already taken my trade, so I wouldn't take a second trade here. But yeah, let's go into the next day. So let's see. So we'll start off at 9:30 and see what happens. Let me check the news. So we had Trump speaking on the 2nd, so low probable price. NFP tomorrow, so this is pre-NFP, so this should be a pretty low probable day. So I'll go over it and try and break down how I'd look at a low probable day and how I'd gauge and see if it is low probable. So starting off, we have these barcode candles on ES. This instantly tells me that it's rather low probable, so unless 9:30 delivers a hell of a lot of volume, it will be a low probable day. But as we can see, 9:30 has delivered a lot of volume. So let's see, we've taken our draw right here. We have another draw up here. And what I like to do in these situations is also, I'll pull out my 50% of the rectangle, just so I can see 50% of the higher time frame wick, as that tends to be a target a lot, especially in December. Alright, so, yeah. Well, to be honest, I'm pretty sure that's, I think that's OTE, I'm not even gonna lie. That looks like OTE to me. I'm gonna take this. So it sort of stops up there. In this situation, I feel like relative equal lows, this entire thing should get ran. If I were you, like, in your situation, it depends if you're profitable or unprofitable. If you can spot opportunity being low risk, like 500 risk for 1.3k profit, it's solid. But if you do not have the... If you don't have the mental strength to hold this trade, or you don't have the emotions to hold this trade, do not take something like this. Focus on just taking your profits like here, you know, 1-to-1. But I have a lot of conviction in this trade, so I'll keep it running. So display straight to TP, rebalance. I'm pretty confident with this still. I don't see why we'd reverse off and nothing there. So we've tapped into a rejection block. ES looks like it wants to create SMT. I think it should still run. It should be fine. Oh, okay, so it just wants to edge me 10 times. Yeah, there we go. So it was just choppy and it wanted news to come out. PMI took the draw on liquidity, solid. I never really use the 1 hour or 4 hour narrative or bias, just the 15-minute, because I feel like the 1 hour is so large to determine and use it for the 1 minute. For me personally, is it okay to only use 15? To be honest, bro, I don't think so, no. I'll explain in a second, Adam. But boy, I think the more information you can get, the better. You're limiting your win rate by only using the 15-minute. So you've just got to get better at using the 1 hour and figure out where you're going wrong. So what I'd recommend is focus on all of the draw on liquidities, but on the 1 hour, what tells you what price is going to do most is what's happened in the past few hours, or the past like 10 to 12 hours, if that makes sense. This general range right here. This tends to set in your narrative. As we can see, we've manipulated into the 50% of a higher time frame draw on liquidity. And then we've got displacement through a SIBI. This is literally the best trade you'll ever see. Like, you'll not get a better entry than this. This is so textbook, it's insane. And then we've got relative equal lows down here. What's the draw on the hourly? Right here. Like, everything lines up here, guys. You guys should be taking this shit, you know? So does that explain everything, Adam? What's the blue zone? So the blue zone, that's the 1 hour wick. So the draw on liquidity right here. So let's break it down. We've taken this draw on liquidity, right? So where price was at the time when I was looking at it is in this candle right here. And we manipulated this high into the 50% of the wick. So on the 1 minute time frame, you can see the draw on liquidity is all the way over there. However, we're clearly pushing towards this draw on liquidity. But when we have a wick like this, I'll mark out the 50% just because we tend to respect it a lot. Like, as you can see, we respected this one here as well, the 50% of the wick, and just went higher. Like, obviously, this candle took out the draw, but a lot of the time we can fully reverse off of the 50% of the wick, so it tends to be used as more of a target for me, or just as an extra confluence. Right, let's get into the next day. That one was so textbook though. Does everybody understand that? No problem, Banks. Love, bro. Catch you later, man. So, does everybody understand that day before we go on to the next day, or does anybody have any questions? So, that was pre-NFP as well. So, I expected that to be low probable, but it was actually beautiful, I'm not going to lie. So, just writing notes. Okay, someone's locked in. That's what we like to hear, guys. Take notes, I'm telling you, because there's a lot of sauce that I can drop, and you might think that I'm just waffling or rambling, but there's some stuff like that I'll preach that I literally use every single day in the charts. Like, in continuation days, I've got this in one of my YouTube videos. We tend to see what'll happen is we'll displace above a draw, and then we might not come perfectly back to PXH, but we'll generate some liquidity, set in a low right here, push higher, take out this low, and then hit TP. You guys will be the liquidity right here. You guys will enter longs on this inverse thinking that we're going to run. However, we've not got the manipulation to push higher, and we've not actually tapped into this. So this big imbalance, you want to see generated liquidity, and then displacement higher, take it off of that, and that's the actual move. So that's a big thing that you'll see. And what happens, we'll set in an SMT, and that's when we'll set the move. So just little bits of sauce like that, you want to write these things down. So next day. So this is NFP. So all you guys in Salmon's server, do you all know the NFP protocol? I know Supreme will, I know a few of you will. But does everybody in here understand the protocol? So nope. I don't. Right. So the NFP protocol is 9:30 manipulation. So essentially, if we manipulate a certain area at 9:30, Salmon recommends taking that trade. So like, let's see. So 9:30 is manipulated these highs, right? So if I get a nice reaction off of these highs, I can take shorts. So that right there would look pretty decent for shorts. We've taken the overall draw. We've taken a draw right here, but it could also be bullish. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this. I like to wait for macro. But I just want to run you through the protocol and show you how it works. So we've manipulated lower many times. I'm going to wait for confirmation and I'll take this. I'm going to take that right there. I don't care. So what are the points right here? So let's see the points. So we've got a 25-point stop loss. And we can target quite high points on an NFP day, but I'm just going to take some form of internal low, I think, unless I see something nice on the higher time frame. So we do have data lows down here. So I'm going to see how this reacts and manage the trade live. So let's just do this real quick. So let's see. Holy shit. So I think I might get fucked now. So that doesn't look good. Right, let's see. So we've got the manipulation displacement protocol from NFP. You could take your profit there, but let's see. So what I'm looking at right now, I just want to see us keep displacing towards this gap. I'm just looking for, like, we have an SMT right now. I want to see how this reacts. Like, just little things like this. I want to see how we're reacting for me to close my trade. Okay, I'm just going to take my profit at the top of this gap right here. Hopefully we do end up getting that. If not, I'd already be like trailed into profit anyways. So you're off, your risk off anyway. So I'm just going to take that right there. And that's how I'd manage the trade. So we will most likely hit TP, but I don't mind. I've secured my points for the day. Low risk, and that's that. Simple. So I don't want to deal with this stress of the retracement, as it's just an extra risk. So just take your money, get out. It will probably keep going lower just because of narrative, but you don't have to waste your mental strength on that, you know. Anyone got any questions about that day, or is it a pretty simple one? Like, this happens a lot on NFP as well. Like, backtest it. Make sure to backtest it so that you understand it. But, like, as you can see, we've manipulated the external. Candle looked like it were about to flip, so I took my entry. Shorts targeting the next valid imbalance, as this is the next place that will react to, if that makes sense. But let's see. I'm curious to whether this fully fills the range or not. So yeah, we do end up running the full TP as I assumed. So I did expect these data lows to get targeted, but on the live charts, I'm not going to lie, I'm not targeting like near 200 points. That's too much for me. It's 140. My best trade's 130. But like, on days like this, guys, this is what I'm talking about when I say when you can spot opportunity. We have a high probable day being NFP. We have the perfect manipulation at the external. We have nothing stopping us from going lower here. Like, it's low resistance liquidity and it's a false generated low, as obviously it's a data low. So everything is on your side here. So on these days, it's good to have nice risk. But if you guys just do this every day, you'll blow your accounts, you'll be on combines, and then you'll take a trade on combine and that's it. You'll not make the money like on XFA. What would be the 940 trade you probably would have took? So I'll try and break it down for you. So 940 is right here. So 940, we rebalance into this general range. So I'm assuming that's like a 15-minute order block. So yeah, 15-minute order block tapped into the 50%. So I'm still bearish. However, this is the manipulation that actually made the move happen. Right here. So you could have waited for that manipulation, obviously knowing that you've got a bearish narrative until we've displaced through these highs and rebalanced and displaced. That changes bullish. But when we see this manipulation and displacement, that confirms bearish. You can take either a discretionary entry here towards these lows, or you can wait for this candle to rebalance and then this next candle to start displacing, and you can take something more like this, which is not my favorite, but this is a bit safer in my opinion. So does everybody understand that now? Right, good. So just keep that in mind, guys. For you guys that are new, NFP is the first Friday of every month, and it's a high probable news event. And we tend to manipulate at 9:30. So take notes on these news events. When you guys see these things, like, for example, today we had PMI at 9:45. Do not trade before 9:45. If you do, you will be the manipulation. You will get cooked. Like, just simple stuff like this. Knowing these things improves your win rate over time. Like, it's just very important, you know? That happened to me today. It does, man. I'm telling you, it does. Like, that's the thing. So, every time before I hop on the markets, I'll just hop onto Forex Factory. So, like, tomorrow we've got Member Waller speaks at 8:15, which could affect the market. I'm not sure if it will. We will see. Gauge price action for that one. President Trump, that's 9 p.m. So, we don't have to worry about that one. Day after, we have CPI and unemployment claims. This should be a high probable day. With CPI, we tend to create a massive wick like this. So we'll create a massive candle. We'll form a manipulation, then we'll tend to chop around and just fill the entire range during the day. So pretty similar to NFP. So no news Monday. So let's see how this one goes. So 9:30 opens up. We get 9:30 manipulation at the highs, which is pretty strange because it's a very weird SMT. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm going to keep playing this out for a little bit, see what happens. So, to be honest, this looks like PXH. So, right here, guys, what do we have? This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. We have a continuation sequence. And then we rebalance. We put in the SMT to then displace higher. So, it's not confirmed yet, though, guys. You want to see the displacement. That confirms it. So, that right there confirms my idea. And I'm happy risking that now. Obviously, I wouldn't risk this much in the live markets. I'd risk probably half this, maybe 450. If I take the loss here, I do not care. Everything's perfect. I've got a continuation sequence with manipulation and displacement. It's A+. So let's see what happens. So TP hit, I'm assuming. So yeah, TP hit. So lovely stuff. So that's typical PXH, like that's textbook setup. That's lovely price action. Everyone understand that? Why do you not wait for a rebalance on the SMT order block? Because SMTs are really strong and it's PXH. So in PXH, the move tends to be quite clean. So the fact that we've set in this SMT and it's PXH, I've seen this too many times to not like have to wait for the order block. Like you don't need to see the order block. Respect. Because the thing is, bro, we've displaced higher, rebalanced, displaced higher. That's everything you need to know. You don't need another rebalance displacement. You've already got it. Does that make sense? Would you have gone break even on top step? What do you mean? Like, on this trade here, personally, bro, like, on this trade here, I don't really see the need to go break even because I'm risking 20 points for like 30 points or whatever it was, even if it's like 20 points to 20 points. I still just accept the risk in this situation because, like, we could come down to my break even 100%. You know? Like, I don't know, man. I find it easier on my mental just to hold the trade. Like, I'll just be sat there with my feet up there, like, smoking my e-cig. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that's how I'll be. Sorry, guys, 1 second. I just knocked my mic out. But yeah, this shit's pretty simple, guys. Like, days like this, I don't really need to go over too much unless you guys have the questions. Because I think it's very simple. Do you trade gold? To be honest, Number, I hate gold. Like, Right, can you guys hear me? Hopefully this shit's fixed. Yeah, I think you guys can hear me, yeah. And yeah, so what I was saying, no, I hate gold, bro. Gold's like NQ, just with no SMT, so it makes it a lot lower win rate. It's got a lot weirder points. It moves a lot different. It's got a lot of phases where we just consolidate. A lot of phases where we just move in one direction. It's just very strange. No, I don't trade gold at all. Honestly, NQ is so consistent and so easy to read that I just don't see the point in learning the entire new. I saw a post that NQ is changing to be open 24 hours and not going to close. Yeah, but bro, it's open 23 right now, you know? It's only 1 extra hour. Like, they're only doing it in the weekdays. It's not going over to the weekend as well, as far as I know. Like, but it's not going to affect it anyway, bro. The bank's open at 9:30. That's why we get a spike in volatility. Like, 9:30 is New York open, you know? So when these banks open, we're still going to see this exact same volatility and we're still going to have the same setups that we've been having. Like, you've just got to adjust to what you see. If you see some different probabilities and lower probable price action, which could happen just because of the anticipation of like it affecting the market, just lower your risk. Trust me, it'll be fine. You only trade NQ, no ES. No, I don't trade ES. Obviously, I'm always looking at ES for SMT, but I only use it for SMT. I don't enter on ES, I never have. Right, so the 9th of September. So do we have any news? So let's go into this day. Non-farm payrolls benchmark revision. I've never heard of that shit. This is probably going to be a low probable days. That's a pretty uncommon news driver, but let's see. Yeah, I do not like this shit, bro. I'm not trading that. Yeah, you could probably catch some sort of longs here. Take longs right there, but I'm just not gonna. This just looks so low probable that I'm just not gonna risk the money. Like, this shit's arse, guys. Just don't trade that. Save yourself the stress. Just go sit on TikTok for the day. Go have fun. Do whatever you want. I don't care. Just do not trade days like that. You're just wasting your time. I do the opposite. I look at NQ and enter ES. Might give the other way a try. I mean, to be honest, bro, like, I wouldn't give the other one a try. I'd just backtest the other way, you know? Don't just jump into the live markets and do it like that. Test it. Test everything. Get your data on it. See how everything comes out. If you see better results on ES, stick to ES. If you see better results with NQ, stick to NQ. But, like, I'd highly recommend picking one of them because it just makes it a lot easier to calculate everything, like, points-wise and stuff like that. So, right, let's go into the next day anyway, guys. So, let's see what we're seeing. So, 9:30, holy shit. So, what am I seeing here? Is that all-time highs? No, it's not. It's all-time highs on ES, so we don't have to go any higher. So, this looks most likely bearish in my opinion. So, let's see what I'd be referring to. So, what would I be referring to in this situation? Most likely this gap. And... not this gap, sorry, I keep saying that. This draw on liquidity. So we take that draw on liquidity. So now I want to see how we react to this draw on liquidity. So instantly, I can already tell you guys something that I've spotted. So as soon as we take this low on this candle, this very next candle should create an order block. This candle right here. We did not do that. So that tells me that we're bearish. So all I need to do now, because if we're bullish in this situation, price will be high probable enough to create the order block right here, respect the order block, displace higher, inverse this gap, take out all these highs and take these highs. But now, since we're showing bearish algorithmic signatures, which Salmon teaches, bearish algorithmic signatures. So that gives my narrative, that makes my narrative bearish. So now what do I want to see? Honestly, looking at this, to me, I feel like we're either going to pull up to this high and manipulate this high, or we'll generate some sort of liquidity within this range, and then we'll take out the high and displace lower. Like, that's what I see happening just because I've seen it so many times. This is the order block, but I'm telling you, this shit's low probable. Like, you can just tell that this is going to disrespect. I don't know how to explain it. I just know. So, like, what you want to look for here is a high to get set in, or even maybe an SMT on ES. So, mark out this high. So, let's see what happens. So, a high gets set in right here. Do we manipulate that high? So, we take it on ES, so that's SMT. So, right there. To be honest, that's lovely. I'd take shorts right there. So what did I just explain, guys? Exactly what I've just explained happened. So we've generated liquidity. We're setting the SMT. It's disrespected it now, but it doesn't matter. So do you guys understand what I've just explained? So we've displaced lower, failed to create the order block, which gives me bearish signatures. We push higher. I'm expecting generated liquidity. So all it is, the first thing is my narrative. So I've established a bearish narrative as we've displaced lower, rebalanced displacement. We've took the draw, and then we've took another draw, still displacing lower. So that's created a bearish narrative. So now I have two more things to find: manipulation and then displacement. This is your manipulation. This is your displacement. Take a short entry, Bob's your uncle, make some money. You know? Shit. Well, that's my TP hit. It went a bit over the TP, but it is what it is. So do you guys understand that? And the reason I'd close there and not hold for anymore, we have SMT, so I just don't need to take the risk. Does everybody understand that right there? Like, this shit happens so often. I really want to drill this into you guys' head, because this shit happens so often. Like, we displaced lower through a draw, which is right here. So we've displaced through a draw, retraced to that draw, but not fully. So this is PXL, then displacement lower, and then we generate some form of liquidity, displace lower again. So after big moves, we kind of have to generate some form of liquidity so that we can keep moving, if that makes sense. Think of it like a paintbrush. You have a big move, you need to come back, refill your paintbrush, and then you can distribute again. Does that make sense? Like, the more that we've moved, why does price not retrace all the way? To be honest, bro, I don't know what to tell you there. Like, we don't control price. Like, it's going to do what it wants. We just react to price. It doesn't matter if it does retrace all the way. It's pretty close anyway. I'd still class it as PXL. So you could have even taken shorts at 36, or taken shorts, excuse my grammar. But yeah, you could have taken shorts here, because that is PXL as well. I just prefer to wait for some form of manipulation, because it's a lot easier to take the trade off of it then. It's a lot easier to set in your stop loss. It's just easier on my mental, and I prefer trading it that way. So, any questions? Hold on. How do you know when to expect price not to fill a fair value gap completely and when not to? Because sometimes you can miss out on trades like this. What do you mean? So, like, the big fair value gap that we had, are you saying why did I expect that to respect PXL and not disrespect the gap? Is that what you're meaning? So it's not that I know when to expect price. Like, that's the thing, bro. I don't expect. Like, I might expect because I've got a lot of discretion, but I don't predict. I just react to what happens. So it doesn't really matter what I think's gonna happen anyway, because whatever happens, I just react to it. I do not take a trade until I pretty much know what the market wants to do next with a high degree of certainty. So, like, I don't actually know that it's going to respect the 50%. I've just got to wait and see what the market does. So, if it does respect the 50% and displaces off of it, then I can take it. If we disrespect it, my narrative switches to longs. Make sense? And TSR. So, not always. So when I see PXL, PXH, it doesn't have to have internal manip as well. I just prefer to have manip as well. So, like, I'll find you an example where, like this one right here. This is technically a PXH zone. You don't need manipulation here. Like, it's just clean PXH. When it respects really clean and then inverses a gap, you can have a lot of confidence and a protected stop below this wick low. But, like, when it's rather messy, I'd rather just wait for manipulation. But to be honest, we probably did have some form of SMT here as well. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know where price is there, but Yeah, so let's get back to the backtesting session. I'm going to make a quick 20 bonds. So I've got a question for you guys. I don't know what this shit's doing. But what does this right here tell us? What does this tell us, guys? What is price telling us right now? What does it look like? I'll answer your question after, Brandon, but like, no. So what does price tell you from looking at this? Instantly, there's only one thing that I'm thinking. So let's see if anyone can get the answer. Manipulation. So that's not actually what I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking more simple. So this tells me it's a low probable day. We can see the candles are very messy. Then they're just, it looks very low probable to me. We're wicking everywhere. The candles don't know what to do. It's very low probable looking price action. So that's the answer I was looking for. All these wicks tell me that we're really low probable as of right now. So what would I have to see to know that today has changed to high probable? What would the market have to do? Displacement, correct. So I'd like to see some displacement off a 9:30 open. So if we get that, I can still trade. So we've got some sort of volatility. I want to see some sort of clean price action. So ES is still really messy, and let's find out why. So Michigan consumer sentiment. This is a low probable day. So personally, I'd probably still trade this day, but I'd recommend you guys not to because you will lose. Like, I don't know. Some of them can be free, but you will lose. Like at the start of my trading, I stressed myself so much on Fridays, just taking losses when I didn't need to trade the Friday, because they're just hard days to trade. Like unless you catch like a really optimal move, then they are quite hard to trade. I'm not gonna lie, boys. I want to take longs here. We've just taken out all the draws. We have SMT right here. It does still look rather low probable to me, but at the same time, it's not actually that bad. So what are you saying, boys? Do I slap on a big balls long right now? This day looks like pure arse. Gauge stuff. I'll be banking on bank holiday, bro. Like, watch this shit. Bank holidays can't even stop me. Watch this shit. Get ready when I send you $1,000 profit on Christmas Day. Watch this shit. Just for the disrespect, I'm going to target the full range. I'm going to get embarrassed now. Wait. Gauge, that one was for you. I'd wait, I think. TSR got me. Nah, you boys are laughing. Watch this shit, bro. Watch this shit. This is how we trade. This is called a revenge trade. Get ready. We just need the narrative. There we go. Right. We'll see about them laugh out louds, boys. We'll see about them laugh out louds. We'll see about that shit. Put some respect, boys. Some respect. Let's see. Get ready for this displacement. Yeah. Who's talking now? Yeah, sorry. My bad. My bad. Nah, but just for the disrespect, we're going to keep running this shit and get stopped out just so you can all keep laughing at me. Low-key, take my money. Fuck you guys. There we go. Beautiful. Nah, but to be honest, boys, on this day, I'd recommend stepping away. More longs off of that PXH possible. Yeah, I'd agree, bro, but like, not really. Like, this day I'd just be looking not to trade. This does look like the point that we're going to reverse, but to be honest, I probably wouldn't take this. Like, and if I was to take this live, I'd probably take something discretionary like this, with my stop losses like down here, off of this displacement towards like these highs, and it'd be something like this. Because the reason I'd do that is just because this is a market structure shift. Rebalance displacement. We've got the market structure shift to bullish. It's just more confirmation. I'd just prefer you guys trade that way because you just get to the money faster, man. Like, learning the foundations is the most important. Everything else comes after. So just narrative, manip, displacement, if there is no confluences to refer to. Exactly, bro. Like, I go into the day, I don't think about money, I don't think about anything. Instantly, what I look at, how many points are we moving, and then I open my phone, open up my notes so I can see what I can risk. And I'll have a set amount of money that I want to risk on the day, so like maybe $400, something like that. Like, it might be more, I don't know. It just depends, like, what month we're in, what price is doing, how I've been trading, what my mental's like. But you guys know these things. And then, yeah, that's about it, man. Manipulation into displacement, plus rebounds, plus displacement on those days are always hit with narrative. Yeah, 100%, bro, because it's just extra confirmation. It's that market structure shift. That's all it is, essentially, the market structure shift. It's the confirmation that the narrative's changing. That's what you need to wait for, and then the trades are really obvious. Holy shit, bro. How the fuck did we get through September? What is this price action, man? I don't even know how many payouts I got in September. I know I popped some, but I'm not sure how. Like, this shit's wild. Let's see. I don't even know if I'm going to keep trading this shit, bro. Like, what is this? So what I'm looking at right now, we've taken out these lows. Let's check the higher time frame real quick. Oh shit, this is free money, bro, surely. Watch me get fucked now. So we've taken out these lows. So what my mind goes to instantly here, right? So what did we start off with? So let's see. So we've got manipulation at the highs, right here. And then what has price done? We tapped into the wick, pushed lower. We've displaced out of this consolidation range to the downside, rebalanced, and then carried on displacing. So what is my narrative, guys? What is my narrative right now? This is a question for all of you. Bearish, short, bearish, bearish. Yep, correct. So what I'm looking for is a bearish continuation. So that's what I'm looking for right now. One concern that I have is a bullish SMT right here. I don't think that'll hold, but it's very possible it could hold. So what I want to do is I want to mark these internal lows out so I can see if we are going to reverse, I can see exactly where from. So it doesn't look like we are going to be fair. I think we should be able to catch the full move. Like, all this is low resistance liquidity. There's not any prominent draws, so I think we should be able to get a nice continuation day here. But let's just see. So we tap into PXL, displace lower. I'm going to wait for candle closure here because it's order block disrespect, and I also want to see what happens at this SMT. There we go. So I'm actually going to take this. This is risky just because we've not taken out the SMT yet. So let's see. I'm going to have a discretionary stop loss like that. Don't forget, I'm in 3 minis, guys. So like that's why the risk's really high. The points aren't actually that high. 25 points. To be honest, I'd probably just go 30-30 here and just have a safer stop loss. Don't worry about the numbers, obviously. I wouldn't be risking 2k on this trade. So let's see. So we rebalance into a displacement candle. Holy shit, this is low probable, bro. Wow. What is going on? Right, so that's TP hit, guys. So lower probable day, but you still have a clear objective. Like, it's not even necessarily a lower probable day. It's just price didn't move with speed and efficiency. Because we had all this low resistance liquidity that we wanted to take out, and we had a clear draw lower, clear continuation sequence. We displace through the draw, create the order block, displace the order block, rebalance the candles 50% and keep displacing. It's a nice trade, it's just rather messy. So does everybody understand that? One thing that really helps with narrative as well, guys, is like, it's so simple. Like, we've manipulated the highs here once, and then we've manipulated these lows, we've manipulated these lows, manipulated through again, we're manipulating again. Like, it's just manipulating lower multiple times. We've manipulated this draw, this draw, this draw, this draw, this draw. Like, we just keep stomping lower. So why would we turn around here? You know, just think logically. Like, it really is simple, guys. You'll notice I'm not doing anything special. Well, I don't know what the win rate is. I know I've took like 2 or 3 losses, but it's a really low probable month. So like 7-2 right now. It's not too bad. We'll take it. We'll keep going. But you've just got to keep it really insanely simple. Find your narrative, find your manipulation, then displacement. If you take a loss, go to the gym, go to the sauna, go to the steam room, do whatever you can just to de-stress your mind. And then when you get home, go into FX Replay or go into TradingView, find out why you lost, journal everything, like visualize on it, find out how you can avoid that loss, or even better, just ask me or Sans and we'll tell you exactly what you've done wrong. And we will be brutally honest, it's out of love, we're not doing it to like shit on you guys. Sometimes you just need a wake up call. Some things are ridiculous, like what I've seen, and it's crazy. Like, because this shit's so simple, it's really hard to understand why people take such crazy trades to me. Like, I don't understand. All you have to do is listen to, like, manipulation, displacement. The biggest thing is narrative. Once you've got narrative over and done with, you're pretty much profitable. You just need to find a good stop loss and take profit point. Oh, shit. I just skipped to the... Fuck. So, do we have any news? So what day are we on? 18th of September. So let's see. No news. So what does 9:30 show us? Let's see. So 9:30. So one thing I want to point out instantly. When you see stuff like this, I wouldn't recommend it right now. But I want to drop the sauce on you anyway. This is such a free win. Once we get this candle flip, this is such a free win. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but do not take this shit, guys, until you are already profitable. Start building info then, because look, shit like that happens. So why did that happen, guys? Tell me why we reversed there. SMT, JP got it, bang on. So, and what you have to understand, in this situation, I would see the SMT because I have the lows marked out. I'm flicking through them instantly. But if you guys are trading 9:30 and you're not used to it, this shit moves so fast. You've got to be on ball. You've got to be on your game. If you hesitate, you've been stopped out. Like, you need to close this trade as soon as you see this SMT get put in. Like, so this 9:30 stuff, guys, it's just going to lower your win rate. It looks like obvious trades. Do not take them until you're already profitable and have data on it, or you're essentially gambling. So let's see, what do I see here? So what's my narrative straight away? So instantly, we had SMT. So I'd think rather bullish narrative going into this day. So at the minute, I'm bullish. We've pushed above these highs. This could be manipulation to go lower. But we'll see. Because to be fair, guys, look at this as well. So what have we done? This low down here, we've manipulated it. So what is the need for this SMT? There's literally no reason for this SMT to form after we've manipulated the draw. That's multiple forms of manipulation. And then we've pushed up higher. This is manipulation. So this could literally be the manipulation to push back down to the lows. Like, do you guys understand that? And I do think it looks quite nice, to be honest. I'll consider taking this. But would you guys take this trade or not? Let's see. Yes. Boy, you wouldn't. Brandon Jackson. If we were truly bullish, we don't need to manipulate twice. Yeah. So if we're truly bullish, bro, you'll see speed and efficiency. So we'll create this order block. We'll tap into the order block. We'll displace, and then we'll go to the next bullish draw. So we should realistically go up here somewhere. You know. Like, that's how the market works. We go from liquidity to liquidity. Fair value gaps can also act as liquidity. There's a 5-minute PXL as well. So it's beautiful. Like, there's more to it than obviously just liquidity. But, like, you guys get the picture, man. So I'm going to take this trade, win or loss. Like, understand this, guys. Accept your risk, win or loss, you've won on the day. Because your goal's not to make... Well, obviously your goal's to make money. But you want to be focused on the process. So your goal is just to improve as a trader. And building these habits is the thing, like, that's going to improve you in the long run. You know? So let's see what happens. So I'm watching SMT right now because I don't want to see an SMT get put in. Right, TP hit. Simple as anything. And then do we keep going? So what's that, guys? Tap into PXL, displacement lower, all the way to the very next draw. And then we tap the next draws 50% of the wick. So as I was saying to you earlier, I forgot your name, I'm sorry. TSR, as I was saying to you earlier, these wicks are really strong on the higher time frame, so be wary for them. It's not just a wick, we do have SMT here as well. But yeah, as you can see, we've SMT'd into 50% of the wick. Is that a coincidence? No. This shit's so controlled, bro. That's precision right there. We've manipulated with an SMT into 50% of the higher time frame wick. Inverse this small gap here. This is where I catch my ridiculous RR trades that just bank. Like, this is certain stuff that I've backtested and forward tested on my own. And like stuff like this, like why have we respected this? I'll show you. Still PXL range. What else? Rejection block of the 5 minute. Like, there's so much sauce. It goes so deep, guys. But I only use this sauce as like a target. I'm not trying to overcomplicate my trading at all. I just want speed and efficiency to the next draw. So if my next PD array is this rejection block, I'm happy targeting that, even if it's 70 points. It makes sense, you know? Probably would have just waited until we create a PXL and targeted a 1-to-1 at them lows. So I understand what you're saying, but look at the 5 minute, bro. Is this not PXL? And do we not have this draw lower? Like, we have a lot of draws lower. We have PXL inside of a range. We have manipulation at the highs of the range. So think about it, bro. We've manipulated at the highs of the range, yeah? So where's the next draw on liquidity? Right here. We've pushed through this and respected and then displaced lower. So that's confirmed that we are going lower until the next draw. The next draw is this down here. We SMT, so that's that draw taken. So you're out of your trade. Like, it can't get any more simple than this, guys, you know? Yeah, true, just got to work on discretionary type of entries. Not really, though, bro, because it's not about discretion in this situation. You've got a checklist to follow. You've got your narrative. You're bearish. You've displaced through these lows. If we're bullish, you're not going to displace through these lows. We're going to take out the low, respect an order block, and displace higher. The market's not telling us that. The market's telling us that we want to go lower, clearly. So, like I said earlier, guys, we have a big push. The paintbrush is running out of paint. We need to generate some liquidity. We need to go buy some more paint so that we can actually fucking paint the full wall and have the full move. It's a shit analogy. Don't come at me. I don't care. I heard it on YouTube. But does that make sense to you guys? No, it really is though, bro. Like, it's simple to explain it to you guys. You'll remember it when I say something stupid like that. Like, obviously you're painting, and then you need to come back up, generate some liquidity to generate the volume to move lower. You know, so we're not just going to push in one direction all day. We need to have these rebalances, and that's what will offer you an entry point. So your entry point could have been this, which mine obviously was. So yeah, simple. Does that like explain everything for that day? Because like, I really want to drill this in, because it happens so often, and when you guys see this shit happen live, you'll understand how easy it is to catch. I am recording this, boy, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to upload it anywhere. I can upload it on YouTube, and I can also send it to Sam. So we'll decide what we do with it then. We might just keep it in the server in the backtesting lectures. We'll see. But I'll let you guys know. I might trim it down and upload it on YouTube. We will see. But let's go into the next day. So what day are we on? Friday the 19th of September. So like I said, guys, Friday's a low probable day. So no news. So let's see what happens. So 9:30 open. What do we do? Oops. So we don't manipulate the high at the open. We do have, that looks weird. It's S&T, but I don't know, bro. That's just trippy. I just don't like this price action, but like, I also see shorts running down to these internal lows here. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this seems like a 9:30 move where we're just gonna displace, but then we've got SMT on the S. I don't know. It's kind of confusing me. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, it is one of them days where we just displaced to the draw at 9:30. I'm not a big fan of these days. Like, it's a weird one. We have 9:30 open, we just displace lower, and then like the draws end up already getting taken, so macro ends up being low probable. But we'll see if that's what happens. So we set in the SMT. This is still technically a PXH range. I feel like PXH has played out here. But no draw on liquidity is being met. No higher time frame narratives being established. So I'm just not really looking for an entry yet. So I'll mark out these highs on the 1 hour. They're a prominent draw on liquidity. 5 minute, do we have anything? We have this draw right here that's been swept, but I don't really care about that. It's nothing major. So what I'm looking at here, I want to see some form of manipulation realistically. So let's just stay patient, guys. We've got the draws at these highs. If these don't want to get met and we want to take these lows first, we'll see what happens off of them. So we take out one of the highs, yeah? So now what am I looking for, guys? What am I looking for right now? Now that we've taken out the high. Not displacement, order block. Sorry, let me just answer Brandon's question. What do you think our approach should be if we never have that certainty until it's too late to enter? I guess it's just a matter of building more experience through forward and back testing. So to be honest, Brandon, keep it really simple and you'll start to understand. So if you just look at it in a case of like higher time frame draws on liquidity, waiting for manipulation and reacting to what happens after, you might get some shit entries at first, but your entries will gradually get better and better and better and better and better. You know? So like,
OG, what up, baby?
what's up, brother? We chilling, bro.
Are you still live, fam? Bro, you guys are crazy, fam. You guys are crazy, bro.
Bro, I'm up 11 bands. Of course we're still live. You know how it goes, man. I've been recording this shit for everyone as well. Don't worry, twin. Watch me catch
What
a banger,
time? What
son.
time is it for you, Uvi?
It's 12:10 right now. Hold on though, hold on. Watch me catch this banger right here, bro. Watch this high one.
I'm watching.
Let's see. So I'm
I'm
breaking it
watching you, bro.
down
You
to you
have to touch
guys.
the thing.
I'm waiting to see the draw on liquidity get taken. What do we see, guys? What do we see? This is the external draw of everything, yeah? External draw. So do not do this, guys. Do not do this shit, but watch this. This is for you, sons. This is for you. Come on. God best be on my side here, bro. No. Fuck it, bro. Playing it out. Don't do me like this.
There's no way. Come on. Oh, there we go. It's Gucci.
Boom.
Bang!
That's how you do it, boys. So the optimal entry here is not this. I mean, it kinda is because I'm just that guy, but it's this right here. This right here. Take a 1-to-1, or even target your next draw, which is down here. It depends on how you guys trade specifically. Like, I'm not going to tell you how to go about that one because I don't know how you guys trade. Don't change it. Just have a strict system. And yeah, that's around it, man. Higher time frame DOL minute displacement. So yeah. So Brandon, exactly that what I was just talking about there. So this trade, the reason I had so much confidence in it is because not only do we have SMT here, yeah? But what is this draw? What is this draw? Like, you guys tell me what this draw is. The last buy side level. So, yeah, external. So it's the external draw. So it's correct in saying the last buy side level, but we call that an external draw. So now the external has been taken, we have got no reason to go higher. So on an external, if we're going to have a continuation sequence and rip to all-time highs, what should we do through this draw? We should displace. What did price tell us? What did price actually do? Generated an order block, respected the order block, displaced off of the order block, rebalanced into the gap, ran back up to the order block, displaced lower, had a bit of chop, took the next draw on liquidity. It's a lower probable day with a really high probable draw on liquidity. So we don't have much speed and efficiency, but the trade still runs and it's still beautiful. External to internal move, exactly. So they're your highest probable moves. You can tend to have like a 90 to 100% win rate if you take the right moves. So because it's external, the Bissy wouldn't worry you too much. No, to be honest, bro, live, I'd still like... I wouldn't worry about this Bissy here. No, I don't really care about that one. Because my narrative's bearish. Because, think about it, bro. If we're bullish, in my opinion, we're just going to run straight through the highs with displacement. We're not going to take the highs, turtle suit, rebalance, and then displace to the moon, you know? Like, I don't know, I guess that's just discretion, but I don't really worry about that gap there. Because what have we already done? We've inversed this gap right here, which was a sell side imbalance previously. We've rebalanced to the order block, displaced lower. Everything's just beautiful there, bro. Hold on, what's Sans eating? What's Sans eating? Oh, bro, don't make me order food right now, Sans. The payout hit today. We might have to. We might have to treat ourselves. Bussing. I can tell that's bussing. I can just hear the Bismillah through the muted mic.
Gang, oh my god, I thought I was talking, but the best thing about it is it's free.
Really? Oh yeah, it's from the
Yeah, we
restaurant.
don't
Yeah, shit. Yeah. Yeah, that's fire, man.
Come on, babe.
See, this is why we do it, Sans. This is why we do it right here, bro.
Where is that? Let me see. Chill. I need to zoom in. Don't read it. I want to see it myself. Stop. I still need to read it.
Yeah.
1 second. Don't skip. Okay, now I can read it. Really nice call today. Really want more of those so I can learn from you too and become like you. Oh, so cute.
No, that's why we do it, though, man. That's why we do it. Like, I've
Let me
always
see my
loved
message.
helping
No.
people
Fuck
trade,
you.
man.
I want to see my messages. Guys, stop sharing your screen right now. I want to share mine.
Hold on.
Unshare it this fucking
1
second.
second. We've got to get the results, bro. We've got to get the results.
What do you mean? What are we looking at? Oh my fuck me. To tears. Holy shit.
So I did the
99.
bro. I did the lowest probable month that we've had all year as well. Like September, bro.
Oh, September, I was losing crazy when I tried to backtest,
Yeah,
bro.
September was a really difficult month. So like, I wanted to show them low probable price action. I broke it down really simple, and yeah, that's it, man. Let me just end the recording real quick.